But let me also quickly go across to my colleague Aman, who continues to be with us. Aman, this will be the big question of what happens as far as some of these alliances at the state level is concerned. Do you see an impact of the results for all sides concerned, all the six major parties, or what happens to their state level alliances?
Well, I think the alliances will be impacted on both the sides. If you look at these results now, and I'm looking at BJP inching towards 100 seats. This is phenomenal. This is unprecedented in a BMC election, that the BJP could be winning 100 plus seats on its own. It's already at 96 seats, as I see, and the alliance is already at 121, much above the majority mark. So I think it is very clear, and though Shinde Sena, Shiv Sena of Eknath Shinde has also leading on 25 seats, but it is much below par because they had contested almost 90 seats. So essentially it is the BJP which is pulling the, the chariot here for the NDA, and this is very much like, I should say, the assembly election results where the BJP had emerged as a party which was itself very close to the majority mark and did not need allies like Ajit Pawar or Eknath Shinde. That is why we have seen even in this particular election, because Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar joined hands in Pune, the continuance of Ajit Pawar in the Mahayuti seems dicey. What will happen after this election remains to be seen. On the other side, we are seeing that it is only Uddhav Thackeray's party which is driving the chariot of the opposition alliance. Out of the 67 seats that they are leading on, as many as 57 are UBT. So clearly the MNS, I would say, hate agenda, polarizing agenda, this anti-Marathi agenda has been thoroughly rejected by the voters. So Uddhav Thackeray will also now have to take a call that should he return to the fold of the Congress party, where at least with the Congress he had the Muslim votes going with him. But with the Raj Thackeray, he's not even getting the Muslim votes. He's not even getting the, the Marathi Manus votes which he expected will come together if the two brothers come together. I think the alliance between Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray has totally failed. And I see Uddhav Thackeray going back to the Congress and reforming that alliance with the Congress going ahead, because the Congress chose not to be a part of the alliance in the BMC with Uddhav Thackeray because Raj Thackeray was a part of it.
All right. Aman, do thank you for joining us on that note. Yes, Daniel, you wanted to come in. Sanjeev, I'm coming to you next.
The Congress didn't want to ally with Uddhav Thackeray in Mumbai because he was with Raj Thackeray.
Yes.
But in Pune, they have allied with Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray.
Yes.
So not just Uddhav, not just Raj, not just the Congress party, all these parties need to now strategize what is the way forward.
What is it?
To take on the BJP.
Any thoughts on what is it?
And they have no clue. See, the Congress party in Mumbai is a party of Muslim and Dalits. They have two Muslim leaders and one Dalit leader. For the first time, also if you look at the present day election, the National Party is returning to rule Mumbai after 35 years.
Yes.
The last thing was Congress party in the early 90s. So,
yeah, big shift as far as Mumbai politics is concerned.
Big shift. And I'm not saying that regional aspirations or Marathi Asmita is dead. I'm just saying that the coalitions have to be built in a complex urban centers.
No,
have to be built more carefully.
Shinde would argue that he's the repository of that Marathi vote. It's not gone away.
No,
he's the legatee of that Marathi vote. In any case, undivided Shiv Sena didn't win an overwhelming majority of that quote-unquote Marathi Manus vote. They didn't used to win everything or sweep it. But now with the division, Shinde Sena would say, oh, we are the ones that they are reposing faith in, not so much Uddhav of LMNS.
Today, Shinde Sena for Mumbai, the narrative is that we are the new Shiv Sena, we are the real Shiv Sena, and people have validated us. Though the Marathi vote is split, and they've successfully split the Marathi vote in favor of the BJP.
Can I just say, when I spoke to parties ahead of these elections, I got a sense that the Thackerays plus NCP SP combined, with the Congress not coming with them, they were comfortable with that idea to the extent that they felt if there is a counter non-Marathi vote consolidation, that should not go lock, stock and barrel to the BJP. Congress wanted to attract at least some of that vote so that it doesn't become a counter polarization of the non-Marathi vote and benefiting BJP. And I think in this case, if you look at the results, that hasn't been quite a game changer, Sanjeev, for the Congress. They haven't really, the results don't certainly show that the non-BJP, Shinde Sena, non-Marathi vote has gone to the Congress.
Yes, I tend to agree. Maybe that is a point, but there was another point which I wanted to make really was this whole Marathi Manus constituency. Now this Marathi Manus constituency was created by Balasaheb Thackeray in the 60s. when he targeted South Indians and Gujaratis and consolidated his Marathi vote bank. So everything changes, Shivani. Now we can't be talking about black and white era in Eastman color times. So now Marathi Manus can we really believe that no Marathi Manus is supporting BJP? So Marathi Manus has also got split into different categories. So nobody can now take a sole proprietorship kind of thing like Uddhav Thackeray or Raj Thackeray may have anticipated or may have wishfully hoped for. But that has also gone the BJP way. The result is clearly showing that not all Marathi Manus will be with Sena. That is now established, and that was established in the assembly election as well. So everything changes, everything is dynamic and evolving. So things change, equations change, constituencies change.
So, Bodhisattva Ganguli, you know, this fact that after 35 long years, a national party is leading in the local municipal body of Mumbai. How do you read into this? Because Mumbai is the financial capital, it is a growth engine. BJP has been touting a triple engine. But nationally for India, what do you think it means when there is such an overwhelming vote in favor of the national party here? Alone, BJP alone is getting a lot of votes.
Yeah, so I think, you know, the BJP has been on a roll after the, you know, the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 with victories, the latest being Bihar and now this one. So, you know, so as I said earlier, there are a number of very large infrastructure projects which are being, sort of being implemented across the city. One is, of course, the famous coastal road. Then there is the Navi Mumbai airport, which has just started becoming operational. There is the Mumbai metro, which is a very large, you know, Delhi, the NCR had a metro long ago. But Mumbai's second railway, the first being built, I mean, there was an original metro built by the British more than 100 years back. But this metro, which is now rolled out, has made a difference across the cities. These are, I think, very large infrastructure projects which are being implemented. And I think, as one of the speakers said, as far as the voters are concerned, I think there is a lack of credibility, you know, in terms of the opposition parties being able to deliver. That is, if they were, you know, in a position of power, would they allow these projects to go ahead or would they mess it up? Because earlier, the Shiv Sena had kind of opposed. There was a dispute over where the parking yard of the metro
RA
will be
protest,
stuff
yes.
like that. Yeah, the area forest, this thing. Now, whatever the merits of that, so there is that anti-development plank which has come to, you know, stick with them to some extent. There's also been problems. The bullet train, which is being built, which is going to, end near Bombay, near Mumbai. That also land acquisition became a problem when Uddhav was the chief minister and so on and so forth. So those issues are there. So I think it should, and I think the voters, just as in Bihar, the opposition seemed to have no credibility. The people, I don't think, trusted Tejashi Yadav in the case of Bihar.
No, it was visible.
I think
It was visible on ground.
Let me add to what Bodhi is
playing out
saying.
here. So I think it is, so it's you know, this region is an engine of economic growth for the entire country, for India. So, so in that sense, the BJP's victory and Mr. Fadnavis, who I think is emerging as a very dynamic chief minister, attracting, billions of dollars of investment. It's a triumph for him, and I think it's...
And now it will be for the BJP to make this a showcase. Now, you know, they will have no issues to raise that somebody is not allowing them to go ahead with these projects.
Let me make a more hardcore political point. Bodhi's made the larger...
It gets more difficult from now on, possibly.
Bodhi's made the larger political economy implications argument on this. Let me add a more hardcore political point to add to what Bodhi is saying. See, across India, wherever the BJP has run into roadblocks, it's largely been through regional parties who are essentially on platforms of sub-nationalism, local ethnicity, you know, all of those. In Maharashtra, the difference was that while there is a Marathi Manus argument and all of that, fundamentally, ideologically, Shiv Sena, both the factions and BJP have always been on the same side, on the Hindutva side, right? Yeah. Maharashtra was an outlier on that. This is unlike DMK in Tamil Nadu or AAP in Punjab or BJD or Mamta Banerjee, which is on a Bengali plank and all of that, right? What we are seeing right now is that there is a consolidation there's a larger trend nationally of consolidation to the national parties. Within that, in Maharashtra, we are seeing a consolidation of the Hindutva forces on one side. And a lot of people who are, and I think Sanjeev made this point earlier, that a lot of people who believe in the Marathi Manas argument will also believe in Hindutva and so on. And it's not like they will not support the BJP necessarily. A lot of people are making very clinical, say decisions on which side will benefit us more, and ideologically they are all on the right side of the center, right?
You know, so this is also showing, as I was wanting to delve into last evening as well, our ward municipal elections also becoming quote-unquote presidential elections, where, you know, we see states voting differently in national or state elections, but even in a municipal election now, there is a trend emerging that people are saying, oh, let's pick the party that is in the center or at the state so that our work can get done easier.
Look at areas like Pimpri Chinchwad, the other areas where the BJP has taken over seats from the Shiv Sena.
From the Shiv Sena.
Right, so you are seeing a shift of vote from within the alliance itself to the BJP.
Yes, I have to, of course, take some updates as they are coming. There are, of course, you know, more sense that is emerging as far as the Mahayuti is concerned. The Mumbai numbers, the Mahayuti believes, indicates that the combined vote share of the BJP, which is 34% roughly as we speak, and Shiv Sena at 20%, is totaling 54%, and that has decisively pushed the UBT and the MNS combined to the margins. So that is the sense that is emerging as far as the Mahayuti is concerned. But Sanjeev, you know, you mentioned earlier that sometimes when a party is on a roll, it tends to, you know, kind of become a juggernaut, if I can use that term. But I think in this case, it would be unfair to take away that delivery plank from the BJP. It's not just the fact that they are on a roll because they won certain other state elections, Haryana, Delhi, etc. In Mumbai, there was a clear sense that if this infra-hungry city, if there was anyone that could deliver and deliver quickly on these big-ticket infrastructure, it was the Fadnavis-led government. I think that sense was very clear. So what the opposition really needs to focus on is to shirk that anti-development tag that unfortunately has gotten stuck with them, as Bodhisattva said, because they're themselves guilty of it. They didn't do enough to shirk that tag.
Yeah. So Shivani, the answer to that would be yes and no, please. Because see, in an election where 50% people voted, how many of them would be really hungry for good infrastructure and great development? You know, the classic cases of Kolaba and South Mumbai voting percentages have always been pathetic. I have stayed and reported out of Mumbai. Bodhi is based there. So yes, in principle, it must have played a part. It must have had a role. But one has to look beyond these things. Yes, and Mumbai has been under Devendra Fadnavis. There have been some very good examples like the Coastal Road or Navi Mumbai Airport coming up, or the new this harbour line being developed. There are things happening. Mumbai has changed, and for the better. Definitely that angle was there. But is that the principal reason for this win? I would not.
What else could it be?
I think this is as much a victory for the BJP. It's a kind of a Tina factor. It's a no alternative. The opposition right now lacks that kind of confidence of the people. And yes, and it is not entirely opposition's fault. It is the uneven battlefield. It is the fragmented opposition, their lack of resources, money power, and the BJP's super machine election. All of that. So I would say, yes, BJP deserves the win. But the opposition also keeps giving them on platter because of a set of factors, some of them within their control, some beyond their control. So everything has combined together. If we were such a great, sorry, I will just to say, add this, if we were such a great infra-led, you know, our currency is the worst performing in the world last 2 years. Our stock markets are the worst performing in the world in the last 2 years. So let us not tom-tom too much about our infra and economy and all of that.
No,